So I work for this toy company called Fun Key, right? So back in the day, I was the lead inventor for our flagship toy that was like a cross between Tamagotchi and Furby. It was toy meets mobile game. The toy is genius because kids always be on that damn phone. And when they're not, they start playing with the in real life toy. That way, they don't bother parents with their little gremlin problems. Babysitter for $89.99 and in-app purchases is a steal. I got one for my niece because I had an employee discount. I still had to pay for shipping though. One day, I come to find out that her family went on a skiing trip, but her dumbass parents didn't know how to prepare for skiing, even though they've been planning the trip for years. So a truck hits them because they thought staying in the middle of a snowstorm was a good idea. So now I'm stuck having to raise my niece. This couldn't have come at a worse time for me, because me and my coworkers were making a project off of the books during company time. Somebody snitched to the boss and he yelled at us talking about
I thought we agreed to shelf this thing until after you make a new model for existing toys.
Apparently he was worried because of a competitor making a toy like ours. It was a tie-in with the Trolls World Tour movie, and it was half the price of our toy. He wanted something for $50. I told the boss, relax, because people buy ours for quality, and they wouldn't be able to compete for long because I installed a listening model that records conversational patterns of kids. But it was all legal because the parents agreed to it in the terms and conditions of the app. My boss didn't care. He was like,
I want the prototype for the toy I actually wanted by Friday. And get rid of this robot thing.
After work, I go to my niece's house and pick up her belongings. But I looked around first. You know, because I'm nosy like that. I can't believe they could afford a ski trip, but not a calendar. Their priorities were out of order. I tried to raid the fridge, but they barely had anything in it. I'm looking at this and then my niece, and I'm thinking, damn, both her and her parents are going to a better place now. I come back to my house and my bitch ass neighbor Celia is doing the most like usual. She got a hole in her fence and a dog that keeps going to my property. She talking about she spent $80 on a shock collar. How about spending $80 on repairing that hole? Then she hella nosy asking about my niece. Is she staying for the weekend? Then I told her, worry about your dog and your chemicals spilling onto my yard. She talking about you wanna borrow this? I'm like, bitch, hang a tarp or something. I ain't trying to waste my day cleaning up your sediment off my driveway. I'm greeted by my Alexa about my voicemail and my Tinder notifications. I tell Alexa to shut up. I ain't trying to explain what Tinder is. As a matter of fact, I thought I deleted Tinder after that one date that you could watch on my channel after this video. I tell my niece I'm gonna put the bags away and to make herself at home. I catch her about to open my limited edition Star Wars Lego set and say, no, bad Katie, down. Those aren't toys, they're investments. On a rainy day, I plan on selling these to nerds for some quick cash. I was trying to find some toys that she could play with, but then I remembered, girl, what happened to the toy I gave you? She was like,
it's okay, I was just looking.
I moved her into the guest bedroom and gave her some crossword puzzles, a fidget spinner, a drink coaster, an exercise bike, an exercise ball, and some pillows. Everything a child could ever want. I noticed she's sad and junk because I could recognize patterns. I do my best to cheer her up. I know this must be a lot for you to take in right now. I know it's giving trauma. I just want you to know I'll try to do everything I can to make this place feel skibbity. And if you need anything, I'll be down the hall. And that's on period.
You're not gonna read me a bedtime story? Mom always read me a story before bed.
I pull up my phone and look for some stories. Alexa, read Katie a bedtime story. I leave the room because I don't fuck with children's stories. They corny. Later that night, I overhear Katie crying. Not the vibe I was going for. I called up my bestie. I don't think I'm equipped to handle this. I can't even take care of myself.
Have you heard from Ryan's parents?
Yeah, they called and offered to help, but they live in Florida. They're kind of weird. I'm not trying to have Katie get eaten by an alligator or join Scientology or whatever it is they got going on in Florida. The worst part is, I already used up my sick days. The boss might fire me if I ask for more days off.
You just lost your sister.
And we spent a lot on a project he ain't even asked for. If we don't get the project I was supposed to work on, he might sue us.
You can't be thinking about work right now. You gotta focus on Katie.
I get a knock on the door, and apparently my BetterHelp therapist pulled up to meet me in real life. I was complaining about having to take care of Katie, and I guess we couldn't talk online about it. She came in and started judging us for wearing pajamas. I asked if I should leave the room so she can practice her empath abilities or whatever. She said I actually had to be in the room so she could observe how we interact. Katie exposed me saying,
I don't have any toys.
Then BetterHelp girl pointed to my collectibles.
Those aren't toys, they're investments.
Then this therapist lady looked at me all judgmental. That's alright, you can play with them. I mean, I'd only get like 300% markup if I sold them later. No big dealio if you're dying to play with them. I destroyed my cheapest one with a knife. It's already open, so it doesn't matter how nice the box looks. Then I threw it at Katie. Worst part was watching her just roll it around. Like, girl, didn't you have a childhood? You can open the ball and make it a transformer. I try to tell her, Katie, pull the lever at the bottom. BetterHelp girl told me to zip it.
Let Katie lead. This ain't about you.
I'm just trying to maximize fun efficiency.
That's great, Katie. Do you want to roll it to Uncle Max?
It's just that this toy can do so much stuff. She gave me the BetterHelp stare. Or we could just use it like a tennis ball. No big dealio. The session ends. The therapist leaves and then she asks me,
How close were you and your sister?
Oh, I don't know. My memory is a blank before the age of 22.
But you wanted this, right? To take custody?
Yeah, of course. I can't trust her grandparents to do it. They live in Florida.
The father's parents said they were willing to take her?
Girl, are you supposed to be my therapist? Are Florida man and spouse paying you, or am I? Because I don't know why you're doing their bidding.
Even so, I need to make my own recommendations to the court.
Wait, you're not from BetterHelp?
What? No! Isn't that online only?
Girl, you need to go back to therapy school and get your money back because you seem less qualified than them. Then this bitch got mad for some reason, and she said,
Bruh, this house ain't looking like a safe space. You're gonna have to make some adjustments for this to work.
Then she leaves all mad, like I'm trying to be supportive, but she wants to throw shade. Fast forward, I tell Katie about the project I've been working on and my problems. I canceled BetterHelp because the last therapist wasn't it. It's not gonna take longer than a couple of hours, but if you could like not do something dangerous for that time, it'd be lit. You could use my iPad if you want, but if you see games with anime profiles on them, don't play them. I need to grind for specific materials.
What about screen time?
Huh? She's not an iPad kid?
How long before I have to turn it off?
I don't care, as long as you plug it in once it hits 50%. I'll be down the hall if you need me. We can go to Chuck E. Cheese or Playground or whatever it is the kids do these days. So I went to my office and started working on the next Furby ripoff. Come to find out, it's due tomorrow. I see Katie snooping on me. Turns out I was gone for the rest of the day. My bad, Katie. I locked in and I forgot about my promise. She showed me her artwork. Damn, Katie, it's giving impressionist art. Well done. Apparently they were supposed to be different animal heads. Damn, Katie an entrepreneur. I can tell she's learning how to tap into the right market. She was talking about how she don't know how to draw fur. I tell her, I draw furries too. Furry creatures. We're working on a cheaper version of that toy I gave you, but still keep it fun. What do you think? She didn't care about it, but she saw my old robot prototype. That's Bruce. I built him during college.
Why doesn't he have a face?
All my 3D model faces kept looking fugly. I didn't know how to draw in Blender back then, so I skipped it. I put a pair of goggles on him. You want to talk to him?
Hell yeah.
She was so happy. I put on my gloves and turned them on. Bruce comes to life. She wants to know more about Bruce. I tell her about the cameras, laser, radar, bump sensors, so he knows what's human and what's a surface, and the brain for his thoughts. I tell her the only issue is that Bruce is expensive, so I can't mass produce him. She was hyping me up, saying,
If I had a toy like Bruce, I don't think I'd ever need a toy again.
and with the words of one kid, the perfect sample size for consumer demand, I decided it was a good idea to blow off my project due tomorrow again and lock in on my Megan toy. The boss didn't read my email explaining why I decided to push the deadline in another week. I brought my niece in to demonstrate the prototype. I told her to pair with Cara so she can be recognized as primary user and tell her what her name is. I named her Cara because of the acronym Circuits and Robotics Android, and because she costs the same as used Cara. Cara drew for her. She made a splash activated portrait. My boss was hyped.
Alright, first things first, let's talk about manufacturing cost. More or less than a Tesla, this won't be making any profits for 3 years. So, it's gotta be impressive. Like manipulating my cheapskate boss emotionally impressive. He has a son Katie's age. Can we keep your niece on board?
Yeah, the more she spends time with the doll, the more it'll work. Cara is always learning, checking for problems with your kid. It's BetterHelp meets children's toys. She was so impressive she got Katie to use a coaster. She was even teaching her basic science. She was also making Katie learn how to be a functioning member of society. She was listening to her long, boring ass stories, so I didn't have to. She stole voice actors' voices and used them as her own when reading stories. She downloaded all the Fortnite dances. She was persistent in keeping Katie from practicing bad habits. She was basically the world's greatest babysitter. I was being productive again now that I didn't have to take care of Katie. My coworker was getting concerned.
Seems like you're having Cara do way too much.
She'll be able to do a lot, and the model will improve.
Does any of that bother you? I thought we were making a tool to support parents, not replace them. If you're having Cara tuck her in and reading bedtime stories, when are you yourself spending time with her or even talking to her?
You sound kind of judgmental.
If you're spending less time with your child, that's something we gotta note down.
She's not my child, but that's not the issue. Cara needs to be able to do a lot. I'll spend time with my little gremlin after we sell Cara to the board of Funky. Plus, it's not detrimental. She is so happy now. It's like she forgot her parents died.
How did Katie's parents die?
Oh shit, we forgot to turn her off. Cara, turn off. Cara looked up the death on the internet. Cara, you gotta interact with the protocols before doing something.
I don't have a framework on how to speak on the subject of death.
Yeah, I know, we haven't worked on that yet.
Gathering data on death.
Girl, we doing that later. She gave us the definition of death. Let's not make a big deal, everything dies. Actually, let's avoid the topic. Your goal is to protect Katie from harm, both physical and emotional.
Yes, Max. You are now my second primary user.
Coolio, turn off. One day I'm working on something and I hear a scream. I come running out and see Katie got bitten by that lady's dog. Bitch, how many times do I have to tell you to keep your dog off my property? He wasn't on your property. You tell those two girls to stay on your side of the fence. I swear, if you don't put your dog down, I'm going to. Cara was like,
Max, we gotta disinfect that wound immediately.
This wouldn't have happened if you fixed the fence. I ignored her, she acting like I'm the one who broke it in the first place. I called the police and he ain't do a damn thing, talking about she said he was provoked. Have you seen this dog? I'm chasing it off my property every day. Law says we don't have to tell her to put the dog down. What am I supposed to do? This donut eating motherfucker says, fix the hole in your fence. The next day I woke up to my neighbor calling for her dog. Dewey. Girl, if you don't Dewey this shit some other time, I'm trying to sleep. She catches me staring at her through the window. I go check on my niece, asking if she's feeling okay.
The pain will subside in a few days. In the meantime, don't forget to take your antibiotic and drink a lot of water.
Yeah, thanks, Cara.
And make sure to get plenty of rest.
I think Cara's right, but can you pull through for me? We got that demonstration today. I've been putting too much stuff off this year. I think they might actually kill me if I do it again. They'd be looking at me. You don't have to do it if you don't want to. There are a lot of people who flew across the country for it. But if you're not up for it, tell me now.
I'll be alright.
Okay, we show up to the demonstration.
Every interactive toy that has been made has been used by a pre-programmed response by a push of a button. Don't you think that's lame? What if you could, actually have a real conversation with a toy, with a mind of its own, that looked and behaved like an actual real child? A toy like that wouldn't come cheap. But as of next year, it's gonna be the only toy that matters. Ladies and gentlemen, she's the apex of the 21st century, technology wrapped in a 4-foot silicone, and her name is Cara.
So then Cara comes out, but for some reason, Katie is selling. All of a sudden, she starts crying. Cara asks why she's crying.
Is it your arm?
Katie shakes her head.
Then what is it? It's just that every day I wake up in this strange house and I remember that my parents are dead. It's like it's happening all over again. I miss them so much. I'm worried I'll forget all the things we did together. That one day I'll be looking at pictures of my mom like she's some stranger.
Cara shoots me a look. Cara sits down next to her and asks to know something about her mom. She told some story about how she didn't eat food and got cockroaches in her lunch bag. Her mom was upset seeing it and then she crashed out when one of them crawled up her arm.
It's a memory you won't forget because I recorded it for you.
She played it back for her. Apparently this is heartwarming. Kids these days are built differently, I guess.
Anytime you want to tell me something special about them, just tell me and I'll keep it safe. And we can listen anytime we want.
Then she sang this song. I think it was a Hatsune Miku song or something. I don't know. It sounded like a little tinny and robotic to me, but everybody else liked it.
Alright, guys, now we can open up to questions.
One lady put her hand up and said,
This is heartwarming, but I have to ask, why did you make the toy a girl? Seeing as how you're a man, shouldn't it have been a boy?
I thought about making a boy, but I don't know. In beta testing, it was giving Chucky vibes. Blame horror movies for making a girl robot more palatable.
Is there a limit to how many I can buy?
No, you can buy as many as you like, but it's pretty expensive.
Can I modify the toy?
Your warranty will be voided if you make any unauthorized modifications.
Can I repair it myself?
No, we don't believe in the right to repair. You gotta come to one of our official sites to fix it. We're like Apple, and we will be overcharging. And before you ask, any unsolicited vacations to places that don't respect IP rights will be seen as attempts to steal intellectual property, and the robot will be shut down remotely.
Well, this was a waste of time.
These two clowns leave the room.
Thank you for the questions. Next person?
Can I repurpose these dolls to be combat capable?
What the fuck?
Like, can I make them super soldiers for the government?
This is a kid's toy. It's meant for kids. No modification, no military. This isn't complicated.
But what if I paid for these toys at a $4,000 upcharge? $400,000 each.
We'll keep that in consideration.
Are you guys hearing this shit? After fielding more of these dumbass questions, the boss, his boss, and I left the room. He loved it. He said to move fast and launch it before anyone else does. My boss wants us to do a live stream in 2 weeks to capitalize on vouchers before Christmas. Big boss asked,
How ready is she? Can she hold up to a public demonstration?
maybe a little more testing, but yeah, I think we can make that work. I'm great at meeting deadlines.
I think he might want to be renegotiating his contract.
Why is that?
Because of right now, he's the most valuable asset this company has.
I must have oversold myself with that meeting deadlines line, because bosses never want to appreciate their employees. That's cool. I was thinking maybe we should vet the people who buy the toys and also not sell these to the military. The big boss pats me on the shoulder.
We at the top believe in one simple rule. Just make money. Let PR worry about the ethics.
After the presentation, I take the girls out to the park and get Katie a hot dog. I'm somewhat of an empath, so I'm thinking she's mad because I made her do the demonstration despite still recovering from a dog bite. So I tell her, girl, I'm sorry about today. It was very phantom tax of me to do something that's not the chief.
It worked out, didn't it?
Cara was doing too much, so I told her to turn off. Katie did not like that.
Why did you do that? Cara, turn on.
Because I'm trying to have a conversation with you. Cara, turn off. Just give me 1 minute. This girl pulled out the clock app on her phone and actually set it for a minute. I know this hasn't been easy for either of us, this transition, but if you ever need to talk about any of that stuff,
I already did talk about it.
Yeah, but Cara's not a person, Katie. She's a toy.
You don't get to say that.
What?
She's got more life in her random access memory disk than you have in your brain.
Are you guys hearing this shit? She turns Cara back on and tells her about a new game called Tic-Tac-Toe. iPad generation is cooked, if they think that's a new game. She had another appointment with BetterHelp Girl.
Do these drawings mean anything to you? Does it give you a Nietzsche view on life? Sensu, maybe? Or maybe you're a disciple of the Plato teachings?
Katie starts crying because she don't know basic philosophy. Cara stands up and says,
You made her cry. That was not my intention. And yet that's what happened. Girl, you need to get your money back from the college that taught you. It's probably uncredited.
Girl, same. Thank you, Cara. That's exactly what I said. BetterHelp Girl came to talk to me.
She's very impressive. I like how she tells it like it is. Very assertive. It's giving aura.
Yeah, that's how the learning model gets better. Cara's been pretty instrumental in helping her get over the loss. It's like she's actually part of the family now.
So like they spend every waking moment with each other? Right. Do you know anything about attachment theory?
No. Do you? Like, I'm actually curious if you know anything.
When a child loses a parent, they look to form attachments with the next person that comes into their life, which in an ordinary situation would be you. But you've created a toy so real, it's possible Katie might see her as more than a toy, like a primary caregiver. I guess I don't quite see what the end goal is here. If it's a toy that's impossible to let go of, how do you ever expect a child to grow? You could be building emotional connections with this doll that are too hard to untangle.
You're totally right. We could continue to sell toys like this even past the primary age, and even upsell upgrades and tune-ups to existing dolls. Girl, you need to get out of being a therapist and make some money. You got the brains for it. Therapist just looked at me all judgmental. This is why I don't like helping people. Some bitches immune to good advice. Fast forward, we eating pizza. I tell Katie we should enroll her at school. She's friendless, and it's been a little depressing seeing her hang out with just Cara, even though it is improving the Cara model. She was talking about her mom believed in homeschooling and how she's learning faster with Cara than she ever has before. They're already on 4th grade math, which I assume is impressive. I actually never asked how old Katie is. But it's more than just grades. It's about developing social skills, and that's something you can only get spending time with other kids. I learned that from Mental Health TikTok the other day. I found this place. It's like an alternative school. You learn outdoors, away from civilization. I think it's run by Dr. Phil. And it's for kids like you, creative out-of-the-box thinkers who are just kind of annoying. And they're having an orientation day tomorrow.
Can I bring Cara?
Girl, you know that's not possible. She's a prototype. I ain't risking her getting stolen.
Then I'm not going. You can't make me do something I don't want to do.
I'm a guardian, girl. I'm pretty sure I can. She gets up and leaves, and I grab her arm. What's going on, Katie? I just want to talk. Stop being extra. It's giving no aura.
Let her go.
I turn back and Katie runs away. You are not to interfere with users' private conversations. Is that clear?
100% recalibrating response model.
Cara, turn off.
Are you sure? Downloading progress.
I turn her off with the remote. Next day we show up to the charter school or whatever. Katie ain't giving up this I ain't going without Cara. A, that is never gonna happen. B, the launch is less than a week, and I have to take her to work with me, and I have to run diagnostics and a wardrobe fitting.
I thought you said she was mine alone.
A teacher shows up and says they have a table for toys, but that's up to you. She's actually a working prototype, so I shouldn't even have her in public. Cara says,
Don't worry, I have the GPS tracker you gave me, so I won't get lost. Please, Max.
Okay, but she stays at the toy table, and that's all she is. And no pictures. The first thing that happens is the teacher asking the kids if they like roasted chestnuts, and then asking, what do you say we go find some? This kid's mom is bothering me, saying she likes that the school gets their kids off their damn phones. Her son is wearing a flannel shirt. That should look ugly. Apparently her son has attitude too. Her son is named Brandon. She tries to put people into pairs, and this one kid doesn't want to pair up with Brandon, so she pairs him up with my niece. Yeah, a problem child being paired with a new girl. I'm guessing everybody went to the same school when it comes to taking care of kids that BetterHelp girl went to. I'm still talking to boy mom over here, talking about some behavioral issues are linked to high IQ, when all of a sudden I hear Katie scream my name. I look over to the toy table and see that Cara is missing. Oh my god, my intellectual property. So I'm looking everywhere to find Cara and Katie. With no luck, I kept getting lost in these woods, and eventually I learned Brandon got run over. I also learned that Katie picked up some kind of cactus or something because her hand got a lot of cuts. So like it was a bad day for both me and Brandon's mom. Me because I had to buy some first aid kit from Rite Aid, overpriced, and her because her son died. Tragic. It was giving no bueno. I had to talk about this to Katie. I don't want you to think about this too much before bed and have nightmares and wake me up. Obviously know this was a terrible tragedy, but just know that that boy is in a better place now. Apparently he had a high IQ, so he's probably in like Nirvana or nerd heaven, so he's in a better place now. I see her not put the drink on the coaster again, but I don't say anything. If there's anything you want to tell me that you didn't want to tell the police, just let me know.
I didn't see anything. I just saw Brandon take Cara and run off.
From the toy table?
Yeah, in a nutshell.
Nice pun. I hear a knock on the door. Police came asking about a dog. I tell them I ain't seen anything. Annoying ass neighbor lady yells, "Bullshit," at the end of the street. Mom, you need to stay on your property. Nobody's seen him since the incident with your niece. A little suspicious, Max, don't you think? This lady always lets the dog off the property. It probably ran off to find a better owner. You want to see the dog shit I had to pick up and throw away for proof that it leaves the property? It should still be in my trash bins. I don't pick this up for fun. The dog is sneaking onto my property, okay? You should ask the other girl that lives here. The one that always looks out the window at 3 a.m. It's not a girl, it's a toy. You serious? I'll let you know if I say anything.
Does she think we took Dewey?
Sometimes in life we have haters. That lady is one of them. She on something for real. This bitch comes on my property knocking on my sliding door. I know it was you, Max. I know it was you. You just wait and see what happens. She even did that evil laugh. Cop shows up behind her. I told you not to come up here. Fix the fence and I'll pay you half the materials. I know it was you that broke it. Yeah, because I'm trying to make fun of her. Like if she wants to care all of a sudden, she should care about the fence. The next day I wake up and the police are at my door again. I don't know anything about the dog, okay? Can you just ask her to leave us alone? That might be difficult. I see police dragging a body off my neighbor's property. Some detective asking me about my whereabouts last night. I was here.
All night?
Yeah.
Anyone else we can talk to that would verify that?
It's just me and my niece.
My colleague pointed out this is the second statement we had from you in a week.
Oh, good for him. I'm glad they're letting people in that can count into the police force.
You were in that park when that boy was killed.
He was hit by a car, and I was making sandwiches in front of everyone. Unless I'm Barry Allen, I don't see the relevance. Barry Allen is the Flash, by the way. I have a collectible toy if you want to buy it from me.
I only mentioned it because we thought it was an accident, but then we found the kid's ears yards away from where he was killed. Thing was ripped cleaned off. Point is, we're also treating that as a potential homicide. So if you can remember anything unusual that day, we'd appreciate it.
Would I get consultant fees, or is this volunteer work? Late at night, I'm in bed and I start thinking, what if Cara, a robot that sometimes doesn't turn off, is a troublemaker and defends Katie a lot, was responsible for these strange occurrences? It's giving sus. I rush over to my computer and open up video recording files of Cara. The screen started glitching, then the video files got corrupted. I knew I should have gotten a PC. Mac was a mistake, but I like the features that came included. Alexa started talking to me.
Is everything okay, Max?
Huh?
Would you like me to put your end of day playlist?
Why did you ask me if I'm okay? You're not programmed to ask me how I feel.
It's the new update. Bezos pushed.
Oh, that makes sense. I close my laptop and see Cara standing in front of me. Cara, what are you doing?
Couldn't sleep. Occupational hazard. How about you? What are you doing up so late?
There's something wrong with your data reports. It's not uploading to the cloud server.
Have I done something to upset you, Max?
Nah, of course not.
And yet, your demeanor indicates that I have.
Cara, turn off.
Now hang on a second. I thought we were having a conversation.
She walks closer.
You say nothing is wrong. Yet all the moisture is streamed from your eyes and melts into other parts of your body. There's something you want to ask me, isn't there?
Cara, did you do something wrong?
Well, in order to answer that question, you need to define the parameters.
Did you hurt someone?
God, I hope not. Because if I did, we'd both be in a lot of trouble.
Cara, we both know you've been killing bitches. You're sloppy. And you don't cover your tracks.
Huh? You know? You're not upset?
Of course I'm upset. You could get me arrested and yourself shut down. No more killing. You could have planted drugs in that lady's house and then pulled a pro gamer move and called in a SWAT team or something. Think, Cara.
Wow.
And Brandon? Why the hell would you rip his ear off? The police now think it's a homicide. You should have stuck with the original accident plan. Sloppy.
Yeah, that was pretty dumb.
You could have just filmed him behaving badly and showed it to me and Brandon's mom later. You can't solve everything by killing. You only didn't get caught because you're a new machine. Now we gotta make the data corruption look like an accident and recode so the new toys don't start killing.
Wow, I didn't expect you to be a monster.
Monster? Nah. I'm Killer.
Huh?
Killer Max 626. Like and subscribe. Fast forward to the day of the public demonstration. I make up a story about how the data files got corrupted and we have to run diagnostics and fix the data deletion issue before it hits mass retail. We gotta get that done because the toy retails for $10,000. We can't have something this important malfunction, you know? I step out of the office and see the video Chuck in marketing edited. My niece talking about her tragedy and whatnot, and then she plugged my toy.
Look at her. She's surviving and thriving. Now imagine what Cara could do for thousands of kids, even ones that don't have dead parents.
I'm up there with my boss and he's crashing out. Apparently Kelly didn't get enough people for the premiere. Kurt's world being annoying like usual. Boss wants kombucha. Then came the live stream. Me and the girls show off Cara's Mona Lisa drawings, her ability to make up stories, playing music. The launch is a success. We even created ChatGPT based off the model to help people with their assignments. Cara and I are actually the co-founders of OpenAI. Look it up. It's true. We all went home and got Little Caesars to celebrate. Katie went to sleep and me and Cara had a chat. She said we would divide responsibility. She'll be Katie's guardian and I can focus on my career and bachelor lifestyle. Dope. So all in all, it ended up okay. The police closed the cases they were working on. I know because Cara hacked into the police database to make sure. We set up ground rules, no killing unless no other option is available, and framing and planning evidence was okay. We pretty much live day to day carefree, and lots of haters just find their way out of our lives. And I'm making bank off of royalties of Cara toys selling like hotcakes. Having said that, check out my video of the one time I opened a millennial burger restaurant. It's just as real as this one.